Today we're doing two-way tables. So like a Venn diagram, a two-way table is looking at two different categories of things. So in the Venn diagram we had two circles representing two different things, and in a two-way table we have two different things represented in a table. So in this first example it says a class was surveyed on whether the students could swim. The results are in the table here. So firstly we're looking at, yes, whether they can swim or they can't swim. That's going along this direction. But over here, we're also looking at whether they are a boy or a girl. So we're looking at two different things depending on whether you're looking at the rows or the columns. Alright, so just to look at how it all is expressed in the table, if I look at this number 13 here, that means if I go up, it's someone who can swim. And if I go across, they're a boy. So these are boys who can swim. This one here, the 2, would be boys who can't swim. The 9 down the bottom here would be girls who can swim. And the 3 here would be girls who can't swim. So all the people in the class are represented in this table. So the first question here says, how many students, we're looking for how many students, a number, are in the class. So we have to add up everything here because everybody's represented. They're either a boy or a girl and they either can or they can't swim. So everybody is represented in this table. So all we're doing is adding up these numbers. So if we add those numbers up, we're going to get 27. So we've got 27 students in the class. Now the next question says how many students, so we're looking for a number, are boys or cannot swim. Now remember what we said about or last time. So or means they can be boys or they can't swim or both. So don't forget that it does include the boys who can't swim as well. That bit sometimes people ignore. Alright, so over here we're looking at anybody who are boys or can't swim. So if we look along this row here, that will take care of all the boys. Alright, so we're going to add 13 plus 2. That's all the boys. Now, we also want to look at anybody else there is who can't swim. So that would be these people down here. These are the girls that can't swim. So we're going to add them in as well, and then we just add that up and get 18. Okay, the next one says how many students are boys and can't swim. So both of those things have to happen together. So the boys who can't swim would be just 2. Okay, now looking over here, these questions say what is the probability, make sure you underline that word. So all of these are probabilities. That a student randomly selected from the class is a girl. So we want the probability of a girl. Now remember, there are 27 students in the class. So we're going to be picking this student out of 27 people. Now, we're just looking for how many girls there are. So if you come back to the table, here's your girls, all of that row. So we've got 9 plus 3. Now you can put that straight in your calculator like that if you like. You just press your fraction key, put 9 plus 3 on the top, down arrow, 27 on the bottom. As long as your screen looks like that, press equals, and then you'll get your final answer, which will be 4 over 9. Some people like to actually do that adding first, so if you really think you have to do that, you can, but you don't need to. So you could put a line in between these that says 12 over 27, and then you'll get the answer of 4 over 9 after putting that in your calculator, if you like. Alright, next one. We're doing the probability of a non-swimmer. Someone who's a non-swimmer is someone who can't swim. So, we still have 27 students on the bottom of our fraction in the whole class. We're looking for people who can't swim. So we come over here. Here's your column of people who can't swim. So we're adding those numbers together. 2 plus 3. Put that in your calculator fraction key. And that's what it will be. 5/27. Alright, now we're doing the probability of a girl who can swim. So again, there's 27 students in the class that goes on the bottom. Now we're looking for the girls who can swim. Girls can swim. There's 9 of them. That goes on the top. And then you put that in your calculator and simplify it. And your answer will be 1/3. Alright, now we're starting another question here. Now this one involves a little bit more thought because they don't have the whole table given to you. The first question is asking you to complete the table. So we have an audience watching a movie at a cinema. The audience is either male or female, and at the top the audience is either under 18 or over 18. I don't know why they've done that because they've left all the 18-year-olds out of the table. So they probably should have said 18 or over here. But anyway, we'll go with what they've said. Alright, maybe there were no 18-year-olds in the movie. So we're going to have a look at what they've done here. Now, they've introduced another row which says total and another column up here that says total. Even for this question we did over here, you could do that if it made the question easier for you to do. So it's good to leave some space on the side and underneath in case you want to put those totals there. Alright, so having a look at this one, we've got a missing space here. So we know that in total of females, we've got 198 females. 142 of them are over 18. We're going to assume there's no 18-year-olds. So we need to just get the total, take that number off, and we'll be left with this. So make sure you have your calculator with you. Type everything in the calculator to make sure you're not making any mistakes. So 198, take away 142, equals 56, and we're going to put that in with our red pen to show that we found that ourselves. Alright, now if we look down this direction, we're going to total these up to get our total of that column there. So if we add those up, you can use your calculator. I'm going to put the answers in red. We get 101. Now, if we go this direction, so what you're doing is looking for just one empty space in a row or a column. So here I had one empty space in the row, I found that one. Then once I had that, I had one empty space in the column, so I found that one. Now I've got an empty space going this direction, so I'm going to look for that one. So this is the totals we're looking at. So we've got 344, and that is our total of people all together. That is our total. That's the total number of people sitting in the movie. So all the people sitting in the movie, there were 344 people. Then we've got 101 people that were under 18. So we're going to do 344, subtract the 101. And we will get 243 for the over 18s. Alright, now we're still looking for empty spaces in a row or a column. No point looking along here because you've got two things you don't know. But if we go downwards, we can fill in this one, we can fill in this one. So I might work on this one here. So we've got 243 total over 18s. We've got 142 female over 18s. So if we subtract that minus that, we're going to be left with how many male over 18s we have. So if we subtract that, we'll end up with 101. Okay, so now we've got an empty space here and we're going to add these two together because we're adding them together to get to the total. So 45 plus 101 is 146. And then you've completed your table. So with the completed table, we're going to answer some questions now. So in B it says, how many males were in the audience? Well, normally, without the totals at the end, we would go, all right, males. There's that one, and there's that one, and I'm going to add them up. But the total's already been done for you. So you can just write down 146 straight away. You don't need to do any adding up. Normally, in this space here, we would write 45 plus 101. But the total's already been done in the table, so you don't need to do that adding. All right, in the next one, it says how many under 18 females are there? So they've got to be under 18, and they have to be females, so it's just 56. We're going to come back in the next video and do some more questions on that example.